It's time for the One Bar and Lupagus Show, bringing you anything and everything Minnesota Vikings.
Welcome to professional football.
All right, welcome back to One Bar and Lupagus Show. I am Lupagus, and it is time for this week's Fantasy Football Focus, when we take a look at the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings and give you an idea of who is worth playing, who should sit on your bench, and who's a sneaky play for this game. Let's start with the Houston Texans, and this is pretty damn obvious. If I have Deshaun Watson, I'm starting him with the utmost confidence. He's just a horrible, horrible matchup for the Vikings. The way he's so elusive in the pocket, the Vikings can't rush the passer. Our corners are struggling to cover wide receivers. If Watson can create the extra time, which he will, there's no reason to think that he won't, he will find these open targets, and he should have a very, very big game. And also his ability to run. The Vikings always tend to give up, big plays to quarterbacks on the ground. I expect Watson to at least have a couple touchdowns, could have damn near 300 passing yards, and overall a huge game for the quarterback. David Johnson, I know he's not the David Johnson he was a couple years ago, but the Vikings struggle to stop the run, especially up the middle. If I'm the Houston Texans, I'm well aware of this. I'm going to pound David Johnson hard, so deep, right up the middle of the Vikings defense. He is running with a lot of purpose. I mean, he's also been a weapon in the receiving game this year. So I think David Johnson could have a fairly decent stat line this week. I'm not going to start him over any other horses, but if I'm looking for a cheap play in a FanDuel or a DraftKings, David Johnson could definitely be worth a play. And also, if you have a Texan wide receiver, probably start them with confidence. Look what the Vikings gave up to Khalif Raymond last year. The Texans, last week, I should say, the Texans have some speedy wide receivers. Will Fuller, Brandon Cooks can both fly. Again, if Deshaun Watson is able to create that extra time in the pocket, one of these guys are going to get deep, and there's a very, very high possibility that he hits them for some big gainers in this game. And then for a Houston Texans sneaky play, how about tight end Darren Fells? This guy does show up every now and then. The Vikings have struggled against tight ends this year. They did much better last week against Jonnu Smith than pretty much anybody figured they would. But again, Mo Ali Cox, he just destroyed him week 2. So Darren Fells, again, a sneaky play. If you're really desperate, you got some bye week issues. Maybe you had a Titan or a Steeler this week that can't play, so you're looking for some desperation option. Darren Fells might be worth a pickup and a start this week if you're looking to be real sneaky. As far as who not to start on the Texans, maybe their defense. That's about it. But I'm starting them because I was that desperate. Let's move on to the Vikings. Obviously, Dalvin Cook's a big start here. Houston's given up 110 yards on the ground, almost 110 yards on the ground. Cook is coming off a huge game. No reason to think he won't keep staying hot against this Houston front. And if I'm Gary Kubiak, he said again this week, he's got to feed Cook the ball. Good things happen. Opens up play action in the passing game. And speaking of the passing game, I think Adam Thielen could be due for a big game. And this has a lot to do with Justin Jefferson breaking out. Houston Texans are going to probably pay a little more attention to Jefferson after his huge performance last week than the Titans did. This could create some opportunities one-on-one for Adam Thielen down the field that Kirk Cousins will definitely look to exploit. So I think Thielen could have damn near 100 receiving yards and a touchdown this week. As far as a sit-em for the Vikings, I don't know. I don't think you can start Kirk Cousins right now. He just, with the hits he's been taking, the pressure he's been feeling, he seems like he's maybe a little jittery. He's got all those interceptions this year, so until he kind of tightens that up a little bit, I would not start Kirk Cousins at all. Sneaky play for the Vikings. How about kicker Dan Bailey? This could be a game where the defense, the offense is moving the ball. Maybe the defense is tightening up late, get a lot of field goals in this contest. He's going to want to atone for his big miss last week that pretty much cost the Vikings the game. So I think Bailey's going to be hot, going to have a hot leg. He's a hot man, and he's going to get a lot of field goals this week. So Dan Bailey looking for a sneaky kicker play. He is your man. So, all right, that's it. Vikings, Texans. One of these teams will have a win by 3:30 on Sunday afternoon. Hopefully it's the Minnesota Vikings, but who knows? What I do know is this. It's always very wise to keep your skull in your hole.